Hi stamping friends, this is Heidi. This is part 2 of our acetate technique themed cards for the month. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to add color to your white stays on ink that's been stamped on acetate. Now I've used this technique to create a couple of card and scrapbook embellishments. Now I've seen other stampers punch out acetate images, but I use my Big Shot, and for these embellishments I used my Circles No. 2 Bigs die to create 2 acetate circles, which I'm going to stamp backgrounds on with the white stays on ink. So here I have the small and the medium circles. I also used 2 stamp sets, the dot dot dot, and then also the retired background sampler. I'm going to start with the dot 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 stamp and my large circle, and I'm going to ink up my stamp with the white stays on, and then I'm going to stamp over the entire acetate circle. And there it's stuck, but you just peel it off if it sticks. And you can see that it created the cute polka dots. And I'm just going to set it aside for a few minutes to allow the ink to dry. Now my next circle, I'm inking up the stripes on this background sampler. And I'm going to stamp it in the stays on ink and then stamp on my acetate circle. And I'm just doing 2/3 of my circle, leaving part of it blank. Just be careful to not press too hard, otherwise it'll slip and smear. Now after the ink dries, you're going to use your Stampin' Pastels and the applicator, or in my case I'm using a Q-tip, to add color to the white ink. And on this dot 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 circle I'm using Summer Sun, but if you have the new Stampin' Up! Colors, you can just use the Daffodil Delight. And all you do is just rub your applicator into the pastel color and then just rub the color onto the white ink, and it gives it a different color. You can see that right there. So let's color in the other circle. Now on this one I'm using Regal Rose, Summer Sun, and Pretty in Pink. And I'm going to be alternating the stripes with different colors, coloring every third stripe with another color. So I'm starting with the Regal Rose and just coloring in the first white stripe. And here you can see I'm peeling away part of my Q-tip because it got too soft, so you can do that. It just helps to color it in a little bit better. So there you can kind of see the colors are starting changing from the white to the pink. And now I'm going to also add the Summer Sun on the next row of stripes. That's really just a super simple technique to do, and it really comes out looking nice. And finally I'm adding the Pretty in Pink. There you have it. Now to finish these, I define the edges of the circles by running the edges around the stays on ink. It just made them pop a little bit. There you have it. Well, I hope you try this out and have fun.